Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, and welcome to Linda's Lounge, Awakening the Consciousness, and I'm your host, Linda Summers, and we've got a great show for you today. Our topic is Great Design Equals Increased Income with Liz Blizz, and I want to give you a little bit of information about Liz. First of all, she's calling from Norway. How cool is that? But she was born with an artistic soul, always loved to express herself in a visual way. She studied journalism, history, philosophy, and science of language. Liz has a bachelor's degree in visual communication and has passed several marketing exams. She has worked professionally with brand design since 2006, making logos, websites, and brand design for lawyers, fish farming industry, shipping, investment companies, events, musicians, authors, coaching, tourism, and construction companies, a very variety of different experiences and companies. So that's very fascinating and very awesome. Liz started because she felt the need to implement more of her spiritual side in her business. She wanted to work with people with the same understanding and belief as herself, especially online female entrepreneurs. She also felt a desire for empowering and helping the divine feminine to arouse and grow in our world. And getting to know Amanda Noel and Aphrodite University played a big role in this and made her desire come true. So with that, I'd like to welcome Liz to the show. Hi, Liz.
Thank you. Hi, Linda. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Oh, you're so welcome, and thank you so much for joining us, and all the way from Norway. And I know, just thank you. I mean, that's so cool. So, yeah, I really appreciate you being on the show today, and we've got some, great information you're going to be sharing with us. But I want to let callers know that if you want to call in, please call in with any questions you have for Liz at 347-850-8423. And if you're calling out of the country, which we found out, the country code is 001-347-850-8423. Thank you to one of our C-Stars, Jasmine, for letting us know that. So, awesome. Okay, well, great design equals increased income. So I just really kind of want to know, your whole branding is around luxury brand design that manifests financial freedom. So I really kind of want to begin because I love the title of that. What is luxury brand designing?
Luxury brand design is done by me in a professional way that will reflect you and your brand, because I have experienced that I have. That I'm channeling others' brands in a way that it's reflecting their soul, and I get so much good feedback on that, and people, and then they get to see themselves in the way they should be seen, if you see what I mean. It's the way that they deserve, and also, when you use a professional design, then also you can charge more.
Mm-hmm. So, when you say luxury, a lot of people think of luxury as being very expensive, like a very, like going to a luxury hotel or having luxurious things. So how is that in relationship to this?
Okay, luxury, it's about high-end design, and also this is for the one who want to attract high-end clients, and also that it will be possible to charge more for your products and services if you use high-end design to brand your products and yourself.
Well, and I love, too, the way that you were saying that when you're channeling the information to really reflect on that person's soul, because I've never heard of, someone really doing that to bring in forth your your brand design, so to speak, that person's brand design. So I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah, and I wasn't aware of that myself. It wasn't until the last couple of years where I saw the difference between what I understood and what I did compared to other designers. This sounds really like, I'm not trying to brag. It sounds terrible, but it's I see a lot of great designers, but somehow when I talk to people and I get to see, get to spend some time with people, I just instantly know how they should brand themselves in the best way, and to get their unique essence out in the world, and how to, So it's about authenticity.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, it's like a photographer. When they're taking, a really good photographer will really pull. I've had that with two of them. Will really pull the essence, but in a different way. Really pulling that the essence of that person.
Yes, and photography works 50% with design. So to get a great, header, you need to have a professional photo shoot also.
Wow. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, and one of the things you wanted to really share with us, too, that you're really passionate about is choosing, the choice is not between choosing a design or not. The real choice is about choosing a good or bad design. Well, how would you know a good or bad design is one part of the question, and then how does design help you get noticed? So how would you know if you're choosing a good or bad design?
Okay, first of all, when we are online entrepreneurs, we are marketing ourselves in everything we do, and it is really important to be aware of to have a consistent and professional design that is consistent in every area where you market yourself. So and
consistency is really the key.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing about design is that it is really unconsciously. It means that we are not aware of how much design is affecting us. And it's just because that I have studied it, and I have learned about branding and marketing, and I have seen how, the great big brands in our world are working behind the scenes, so to speak. And images and visuals plays a huge role in the marketing, because what you see, what you speak, does only counts about 7% your words, and 93% of our communication is non-verbal.
Visual.
And an image speaks instantly to you. But if you are exposed to a text who is trying to describe a picture, it takes so much longer time. So the images are really important, and the visuals. And in just a couple of seconds, you can convey who you are, your values, and your mission. And that is also, when I'm picking out the people I want to work with, I instantly know that I want to work with just by looking at their website. The first impression, it gives me everything I need to know.
Now, what if they don't have a website? If they don't have a website, would you be able to?
I just, of course, this is not black or white, but I'm just saying that when we are looking at websites, for example, we are exposed to so much impressions and information today that we are really we do not have much time, and we only use about 3 seconds to view a site and to grab attention from a client.
Right.
So, yes. So we need to speak immediately, tell them who we are and what we do and how we can help them in only 3 seconds.
So that's really what makes a first good impression, is what you're talking about right there. Is that when people, because it is very true, I think people are very visual, and I think it's so true that there's so much that's being put out there that we see that, like when you see something that's been put out there, whether it's design or, like you said, images or things like that, you're either drawn to it or you're not. And if you see that person,
we are not aware of the things that we just get a gut feeling, and the gut feeling is all about the brand. You know, we are emotional beings. We are not so rational as we think we are. We are basing our decision on emotional impression. It's like if you have, for example, 2 products, equal products, and you base your decision on the gut feeling about who to choose, and the gut feeling is based on the unconscious impressions that we get, and this is details, you know, about a design, for example, that I'm really aware of, how to use colors, to use fonts and images, and you need to know all the basic design principles, how to place all these things together to give this great first impression and professional look. And also, we don't know it, but we also draw a parallel between the impression we get when looking at someone's design and the quality of the products.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
No, and I didn't believe it myself before I read this, and I started to think, and it's like, oh my God, yeah, I do that myself. I don't trust a website that is really messy, and then I start unconsciously to think that the products be messy, or if it's homemade, it's like, oh my God, the products are, you know, low quality, or we are drawing parallels between.
Right. Thank you for the explanations. I was going to ask you, because I had a feeling I knew what you meant, but for our listeners, I don't know if they would really understood that, but that was a great analogy of when you see something and then it doesn't resonate, that you feel that their product would not be as good either.
Yes.
I like that. So
yes, just talk.
I was going to ask you, you know, because you mentioned that what you do is you translate one's passion and uniqueness into a web page. So is that through conversation? So do you get to know them? So how would you take their passion, unless you, I guess it's more consulting with them at first to really find out who they are? Is that what you're convinced through their brand?
Yes. Normally, what I used to do is I'm meeting my clients, you know, face to face, and then they are telling me so much more than what they know just by meeting them. But when I'm doing this online, I am asking them first for a web form to fill out general questions about who they are, what are they doing, why are they doing it, and what values what are their values, and just basic things about the business and themselves, and how do they want to be perceived by their clients. What do you want your clients to think when they look at your site, for example?
Mm-hmm.
And that is really important for me to know what kind of feelings. It's all about feelings. What kind of feelings do you want your clients to have when they look at your site? And then we also have a Pinterest board where my clients have to, put everything that inspires them and that makes them happy, it's images. And then I also get a really great sense about who they are.
Right.
And also we also have a Skype session where we talk face to face.
So that's where you're coming in with the feeling-based choices when you were saying that it's about feeling-based choices. It's really coming from that person, but how they want their product. It could be a product or themselves, yes? Because it's not everybody that's really branding themselves. Yeah. It could be branding a product that they have.
Yeah, it goes for both things.
Do you find it? Go ahead.
No, I'm just waiting for you.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you, do you find it, I don't want to say the word difficult, but that's the word I'm getting. Do you find it, well, let's just say easier. Do you find it easier to meet with the person in person, or is it just as easy online? Because you're in Norway, so if people like, say for me, if I wanted to hire you, would it be just as beneficial for me as it would be with someone that's in your area?
Yes, of course it is better to meet them face to face, but I have experienced that it works perfectly with the other way around as well. But meeting face to face is preferred, of course. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we are just sitting and talking, and I experience that it is the same on Skype. When I see the person, I see the environment, I see what they dress, I have on them, and I just get a sense of who they are. So it works with Skype as well.
Right, and that's really going back to what you were saying in the very beginning about reflecting of one's soul. You don't really have to be in the company of another person. I mean, we can tell when we meet people via online or over the phone that if there's if it resonates with us, that their energy or anything like that. So I just wanted to for the listeners because, for they would have an idea.
Yes, and also, online entrepreneurs like you and me, we have a passion. Right. And when we have a passion about anything, I see it so clearly. I just know how you should brand it. It's when I see you and you're talking about the passion, and it's just in your whole aura. So, so
are you talking about me specifically?
What?
Oh, were you talking about me specifically, or were you just talking about in general?
No, I'm just talking about general when I'm going through a session with a client, and yes. So I love that part, to get to know passionate people with with a mission, and they just know what they are 100% real, and I love the 100% realness, and I love to help them get the message out and brand who they exactly are, because when we are branding ourselves as we are, and we don't have that much competition, because you are unique and nobody can copy your uniqueness whatsoever. So
right,
we are all special in that way. So we should never be afraid of being copied. It's not possible.
Exactly. It's so true, so true. Well, the topic being great design equals increased income. So my next question would be around why and how was design the most profitable investment you ever made? Because you had mentioned it was the most profitable investment you had ever made for yourself.
Oh, okay. I can say that. I just knew that I need to invest in design. No, in the design education, and I'm not sure if I said. Maybe I'm not sure if I said exactly that, but I have experienced that my clients have come back to me and also said that design was their most profitable investment, and there are more examples of that, and that really surprised me because I didn't knew that it was that powerful before I got these testimonials about that. But also it's so strange because design has brought me to this place. It's right. Brought me, through my design work, I have been invited to Norway's most hottest fashion events and being invited to celebrity parties, and just because I have been designing a logo or
wow,
and
I
also
love it.
And all, yeah, and at the Aphrodite University, it didn't exist before. Amanda Noel was seeing my design that I have did earlier, and then she just knew that I had designed the logo for Aphrodite University and the website, and it also brought me to the greatest workplace I ever had. So that you can say it has been a great experience about design for myself. So I haven't invested in design in that sense, but my clients have. Mm-hmm. And also Amanda Noel gave me a testimonial that I didn't know about it, but she said that my design made her first launch earn about $17,000.
Wow! Well, it's absolutely awesome.
Yes, and I had no idea, but I see that when I see how other people also are using design, it gives them a great effort. Not a great effort, but a great payback. And also, it's even said that branding is more important than hard work. Mm-hmm. And that is, it's hard for me to also, truly believe it. But when seeing how other people work with brand, the people who really know the secrets about brand, then I understand it. It's really simple because it's feeling based, and if you look at the big companies in this world, the brand leading companies like Coke,
yes,
like Coca-Cola, what is their product really? It is a dark colored drink. That is, if you strip it down, it's only that drink. But they are the leading brand in the world, and they are selling everything around the product. That's what gives them the profit, and that is the brand. Everything besides the products is the you will feel happy. They are using lots of money on commercials and millions of dollars on commercials.
Absolutely.
Only to build up the brand.
Yes, and it is definitely a feeling base. You definitely feel something when you watch this commercial, which is interesting. You say that it really just is dark, liquid in a bottle. But we've got 5 minutes, so I was going to ask you, well, there's several things I wanted to ask you, but first of all, is there your website or how people can get in touch with you? Do you have samples of what you do? Because if anybody, Aphrodite University, the logo and what you've done with that is so powerful, so amazing. I think it's just, off the charts. So how can one get a hold of you to see if you have, what you offer and if you have samples of what you do or how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, I have a website which is Liz Blizz. Is it hyphen between Liz Blizz?
It's
.com?
Yeah, so it's www. So I'll let them know. It's www.liz-b as in boy LIZZ.com. So it's liz-blizz.com to get a hold of Liz. To find out anything more you want to know about her. And do you have samples on your website of different?
Yes, I have
logos you made. Okay. And what about your email address? I have your email address. Mm-hmm.
It is Liz. What's the English word for? Oh my God!
It's Liz at Liz-Blizz.com. Yeah. So, and I'll put that at the end of our video as well. So, but before, because we've got 3 minutes, and it just goes so fast. It's like, there's so many questions I want to ask you.
I'm not started yet.
I know. It's just, we could get started. There's so many things to share. But I think what's wonderful too is that this way, also people that are listening and people that will be listening after our show as well and watching the video, can really get in touch with you and find out more about you. Because I know, like I said, with Aphrodite University, I've seen it, and you've done an amazing job, and even on your own logo and stuff like that. But what is one gem that you can share with the audience and listeners that has helped you in your own awakening on your path to finding your own passion for what you're doing and helping other people?
I didn't hear the first of your question. What did you say?
I was saying, what is one gem, like one thing that you would say, tell people, this is what I did that really has helped me to find my passion and get on my path?
Oh my God, I think that's a huge question. But I have had health issues where I only can, I can only have work with things that makes me feel good. I didn't have any choice. I was suffering from fatigue really badly. I had to quit my old job, and it was to work this way or no other way. I need to work with my passion. So I guess everyone are pushed to that limit, in some way. But for me, it went really fast. I was almost forced to just jump in it because I had no other choice because of my health issues also. But also Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, so what you're really saying is what you really did was it was following your heart and finding that joy. It was like you were forced to work on a more positive side of really your passion and the joy. Would that be?
Yes, and also I've been awakened more and more last couple of years, and I have a desire for, I want to be a value for someone, and by helping others to shine like who they are, I feel that's a great value, and I'm working. I feel connected to my heart when I work this way.
Right. That's so beautiful. Thank you, Liz, so much. We got about 20 seconds left in the show, and I really, really appreciated you joining us today all the way from Norway. Thank you so much. We could really continue. I've got so many more questions to ask you, but so anyone listening to the call or after the call, you can get in touch with Liz at www.liz-blizz.com. You can email her at liz@liz-blizz.com. So with that, we thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all the listeners who joined us today. And, like us, comment, and join us next week, April 30th, for our next show, What Does Your Birth Have to Do with Your Life? And so thank you again, Liz, so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.